Chapter 14. I didn't sting him. I really didn't want to die. Sure, things really look terrible for me right now, but I was still clinging to a shred of hope. Maybe, somehow, I'd find my way out of this bee prison and back into my own body. It didn't seem very likely, but I was determined to keep on trying. In you go, my fuzzy little friend, Mr. Andretti said. He opened up one of the removable drawer-like parts of his hive and dropped me in. Oh, I moaned. It was so dark inside the hive, and so confusing. Where should I go? What should I do? The air was hot and wet. Everywhere I turned, I was surrounded by a deafening, droning hum. I can't stand it! I cried. I could feel myself totally losing it. All around me, bees scurried around in the darkness. I stayed where I was, too frightened to move. I suddenly realized I was so very hungry. If I had something to eat, I knew I'd never be able to find a way out of here. I spun around and started trying to explore. Out of my left eye, I saw another bee glaring at me. I froze in my tracks. Did bees attack each other inside their hives? I wondered. I don't remember I don't remember reading anything about that in my bee book, but this bee really looked ready for a fight. Please leave me alone, I begged in my tiny voice. Please give me a break. The bee glared back at me. I've never seen such big, angry-looking eyes. Slowly, I started backing away from him. Excuse me. I squeaked nervously. I've got to be going now. I have to get to work. The bee bulged his eyes and waved his antennas in a threatening way. I was sure he planned to sting me. I turned and flew away as fast as I could. I tried to hide. I was so frightened I couldn't even make myself move. What if I bumped into another bee? I couldn't even stand to think about what might happen if I did. I realized I had to move. I had to find something to eat. Shaking with fear, I tiptoed out into the open. How can you tiptoe? I took a nervous look around. On the far wall, I could see a large cluster of bees busily building something. A honeycomb. And where there was a honeycomb, I told myself, there was honey. I've always hated the sweet, sticky goo, but I knew I had to eat some, right away. As quietly as I could, I crept over and joined the bee workers. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw them doing really gross things with their mouths. First, they used their legs to pick little flakes of waxy-looking stuff off their abdomens. Then they crammed the wax into their mouths and started working their jaws up and down like little chewing machines. Finally, they spat out the wax and used it to build part of the honeycomb they were working on. Yuck! It looked so disgusting. It made me sick. But what choice did I have? I had to eat some honey, even if it was covered with bee spit. I turned my head and practiced sucking my tongue up and down. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Just when you think about these words and context, it makes you think dirty thoughts. I'm so sorry. Anyway, then I slurped up a big puddle of honey. Amazing. For the first time in my life, I actually liked this stuff. Soon, I was sucking it down as if it were chocolate milk. After a while, I got quite good with my tongue, which was actually more of a bendable tube than a tongue. It was really the perfect tool for guzzling honey. If I ever made it back to the outside world, I thought I'd now be pretty good at using it for gathering nectar and pollen. Why, I might turn out to be the best worker in the whole hive. I tried to smile, and then I almost gagged on my honey. What was happening to me? What was I thinking? I was actually starting to feel like a bee. I had to get out of this place before it was too late. I wanted to start searching for an escape route right away, but I suddenly felt so tired, so completely worn out. Was it the honey? Or was it the strain of so much fear? I could barely keep my eyes open. The droning hum grew louder. With a weary sigh, I sank against a clump of hairy bodies. I sank into the warm darkness of the hive, surrounded by the steady buzz. Breathing the sweet aroma of the honey, I sank beside my furry brothers and sisters. I'm one of them now, I told myself weakly. I'm not a boy anymore. I'm a bee. A buzzing bee. A bee sinking into the warm, dark hive. My home. Sinking, sinking.